Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hi, the Kino twins.
That's right. Lee and Leslie Kino have their own show now. And this time they make house calls. This woman just found out how much her treasure is worth. Are you next? Find out each week on Find.
Can you just leave us here? Can we stay overnight here? I'll just sleep over there.
Right here on PBS. They take it apart to figure out if it's real, and she puts it all together with an eye for style. Join Lee and Leslie Kino and their new host, interior designer Alexa Hampton, each week on Find, only on PBS.
When you think of a New York loft in downtown Manhattan, what do you think of? Probably something high-tech, maybe shiny walls, metal, Spartan. Not so this loft by designer and architect David Easton. We're here today to find out how he transformed this downtown loft into such an incredible space.
Yeah.
Some loft, eh, Lee?
That's a great place, Alexa.
Hi, David.
Welcome. Hi.
David,
Good to hear. Glad to have you.
what did this place look like before you got here?
A damn bombshell. Like a lot of lofts downtown, it was divided up into 3 spaces. I had this image vision of the house I had in the country of having one big room, and so I took down the dividing walls here that made this into 3 rooms. One room, seating over there, work over here with bookshelves, closets, storage for printers, etc. Sitting down here, and as I said, dining in the middle, so that it functions as one room to live in with beautiful views out.
David, you're going to be impressed. Okay, I figured this out. That's not marble, okay? I can touch it. I'm a pretty smart guy, you know? But
Too smart.
Too smart, okay, okay. So trompe l'oeil, painted wood?
It's painted wood. Yeah. It was a vision that I had of a remembrance of things past, which was a trip to Elba and the Napoleon Demidov Palace. And lo and behold, in one of the rooms was this beautiful piece of furniture that was a fireplace. I had to have it. Unfortunately, the city didn't agree, and so it's in wood, and someday it will be real.
So you copied it. Beautiful.
So I copied
beautiful
it.
job.
But
Absolutely.
it
Nice.
anchors the room.
It
does.
The room.
And it
does.
creates this beautiful symmetry, which must have been deliberate.
Yeah.
It's a sickness.
Yeah, it's a sickness.
It's a sickness. Everything is symmetrical in this room, including a focal point here with the fireplace.
Even the logs. The logs in the fireplace, you've got them stacked neatly.
You're noticing too much.
Okay.
True.
It's a little neurotic.
A pair of banquettes over here,
Beautiful.
chairs that look in, 2 seating groups down here, one and the other, and this soft, modern piece of furniture that is contrast to everything else that's traditional.
And a wonderful contrast. Did you design it?
Yep, it's a part of my collection, and I wanted a table that, as I said before, had contrast, brought color, has a place for books. You have that extra martini, you pull this out.
Absolutely wonderful.
Perfect.
Absolutely wonderful. I love this set of 4 Italian gouaches or watercolors.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And you see these at shows, but you don't see them that are this detailed, I don't think, with the figures really, really nice. And you've got a whole set of 8, actually 8 altogether. Were these something you brought back on the grand tour? One did, if they were over in Italy? And then
They did, and I did.
You did too. You brought them back?
This grand tour happened in London,
Okay.
but they're reminiscent of that period of time, 1780, 1790s.
Right.
And it looks back to the past in and around Naples, Pompeii, and
So
Herculaneum.
historic sites, recreating really this earlier time, right, of Rome. This is one of my favorite. I saw this here. Isn't that Vesuvius?
Vesuvius
Is it Vesuvius or Pompeii? Was it Vesuvius?
This is Mount Vesuvius.
This is Mount Vesuvius.
One of its many eruptions.
And I think it erupted in 1782, and it was illustrated everywhere,
Yes.
right? You had to have one of those in your home. Really nice.
It was like an earthquake.
Well,
Great.
the light from the volcano might be exciting, but I'd like to draw attention just for a minute to the natural light that's pouring into your apartment, and you are so lucky.
Yes.
But as
I lived in a
around,
closet for so many years in New York.
Don't we all? But as you look around, you know, I see your bookcase lights, but then I see a lot of these fascinating low lights. This incredible piece of sculpture that turns out to be a lamp on this table. It's interesting. I've kept everything low and resisted the urge to recess a light.
I hate downlighting. It makes people look ugly and it damages the ceiling plane. But also these fixtures, I mean, the metal shades on here block the light from the window view so it does not mirror at night. One of the things about light in a room in New York City is more light windows mirror you don't see outdoors, and there's a beautiful view out there. And I love furniture that moves. It's got action. I mean, this is, you know, as you said, this moves, those move.
Yeah. But speaking of moving, you have a lot of movement in all this neoclassical furniture you have in this room. It's all over the place. And I know you love neoclassical, right?
I can't help it.
You can't help it. You love it.
It's like symmetry.
But this that looks like a Gustavian sofa, and you don't see a lot of really, really ornate examples like this. Wonderful motifs here. The Egyptian motif, graduated bellflowers, all, I believe, taken from French, but in Sweden, made even more expressive. This verdigris-covered griffin to simulate ancient patinated bronze from ancient Rome. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's nice.
Let's look back at those. It came from Rome.
Yes, just like the pictures.
Traveled through Italy, brought King Gustav III of Sweden, traveled Italy, brought the style back, created several different palaces. One Haga, you can see sofas like that there.
That famous palace.
Wonderful neoclassicism, yes.
It's great, real high style.
Yeah, well, what's very cool about all of this serious high style is that you've taken it and contrasted it to these sort of rustic floors, beautiful rustic floors.
Rustic floors, you're absolutely right.
Are rustic, yeah.
French railroad car flooring. A company in France sells the flooring. I put it down in a parquet pattern. I like its roughness. It reflects for me the contrast to the sheen of the walls, the sensibility about a loft space. It brings some of that roughness in here.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, I'd like you to see the inner sanctum. After 25 years in New York, living outside of, in a shoebox, I finally have a closet.
Wow. Look at this place.
Yeah.
The shirts all organized here.
Are you jealous?
You know, no, this is just like my closet. Come on. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. No, this is what a real gentleman's closet is supposed to look like.
Sorry about that.
Man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us,
well, thank
even
you
in
for
here.
being here. I appreciated you coming, and I've had a good time besides.
Thanks, me too.
Bye.
Speaking of California, we have a real treat for you next. If you're a regular viewer of Find, you might recall from our first season a rare piece of California history, a daguerreotype from San Francisco's gold rush days that showed a city in mourning over the murder of a beloved newspaper editor. Now, we found the daguerreotype in an historical society in Philadelphia which had come on some hard times and was looking to sell just some of its collection. Now, recently, our good friend and colleague, Wes Cowan, who specializes in historic Americana, auctioned off this rare find.
125 once, twice, sold $125,000 your way, 819. Thank you very much.
I feel like I'm standing on a cloud. I can't wait to get home and, you know, see what everybody says.
But this was the best. That'll take care of a roof, won't it?
A roof, yes.
Boiler.
So when you add the auction house's buyer's premium, the total price for that daguerreotype was over $143,000. You know, it's a great feeling to help out that historical society. It sure is. No, it really is. Well, until next time, I'm Lee Kino.
And I'm Leslie Kino.
And you've just watched another episode of Find.